What's up, all you beautiful rebrandies and rebrandins? Mort Buzz here, just popping in a little early before the episode to tell you guys that we have a Patreon now, and it's very exciting. I just pronounced it Patreon, but it's actually Patreon. So go find us on Patreon or rebrand the pod and join the Patreon because you're going to get all kinds of fun stuff. That's where we'll be putting out any unreleased content, which we're definitely going to be doing in the future. Unedited episodes or longer episodes or unreleased episodes entirely. Cool junk like that. So yeah, go check us out on Patreon. Have a beautiful day. Like really mean it today, you know? Quit phoning it in. Really care about your afternoon. And thank you for listening.
Hello, beloved consumers. I'm Ashley Burch.
And I'm Mort Burke.
Oh, sort of grizzled Batman Mort Burke.
Yeah, I'm angry. The theme of this episode makes me angry that it needs a rebrand.
Say, swear to me.
Swear to me.
Ah, pretty good.
Thank you.
And welcome to Rebrand, a comedy podcast where we inject new life into tired old brands, whether they be snack food, celebrities, or religious institutions. How you doing, hun?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, despite the quiet rage at the beginning of the episode, I'm feeling good.
Yeah, great. This is our first nighttime record.
Appropriate for the Batman.
Maybe that's what brought it up for you. You were the night, as Batman is.
If I never heard of Batman, I would assume that he was a baseball superhero. Good night. He'd fight the catcher.
You're almost rebranding Batman right now.
If Batman were real, he would just be a homeless dude who was known to have a fascination with bats and tell you things about bats you didn't know. Like he said, bats most of them are female. Like, okay, Reggie, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Like that's what it will be in real life.
For sure, all the Batman movies are just the psychosis of a beloved neighborhood unhoused man.
Honey, would you like to introduce the owner of the silky voice?
We've got the incredible dulcet tones of an excellent comedian. This guy's a wonderful friend of mine, hilarious Los Angeles-based comic. It's Justin Otis, everybody.
Yeah, what's up? I like the term silky voice. That sounds good. Normally I get monotone or brain dead, but silky is good. It's brain dead when I was a teenager, but now it's just, interesting. That's what I get, but silky I like.
You sounded me like a jazz radio DJ, but also one with like incredible integrity somehow. Like one I would also trust with the news.
He could be the DJ in like GTA when you're driving around at night.
Oh, yes, I love that. Playing some good old Charlie Parker, Mingus while you're robbing a convenience store. Totally set the mood for it. I hope they do that in the next GTA game 6. It's going to take place in Miami, I think, or Florida as a whole. And so I'm pretty sure there's going to be some jazz music or some Cubano music, basically. So, yeah.
Yeah, just turn up the Coltrane while you violently knock over a local convenience store. Yeah.
I love that shit. Yeah. Play some bitches brew while you're in a police chase. It would be the right fit.
The dynamic experimentation while you're blowing up a helicopter or whatever.
Justin, would you like to tell the folks what we'll be rebranding today?
Yes. So today we're going to be rebranding teaching, the education system. I'm a behavioral interventionist, so, I work with kids on the spectrum, but within the confines, I've seen the whole system, and it is horrible. I'm glad for this rebrand. It is a horrible, horrible thing I'm witnessing every day. It's dark, it's scary, it's spooky, it's crazy, and, that was a Kendrick lyric I'm trying to quote. So, yeah.
Could you lay out what the current, I guess more specifically what the current brand?
The current brand, it depends on where you're going. As a behavioral interventionist, I worked all over the place. I work in charters, privates, and LAUSD. So based on that, I'm basically living in Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities type environment. One city is basically all the kids can learn Mandarin and stuff.
Wow.
And the other city, if you destroy the soccer ball, the soccer team is canceled for the semester. So it goes both ways, basically.
Dang.
God damn. And that's got to be wild as a teacher, as your occupation going back and forth to see the level of disparity.
Oh, yeah. It's really depressing stuff. I mean, the kids on the website are very nice kids, but they're very sheltered. When there's something to be saying, I'm like, oh, you're going to be easy to rob when you're an adult. That's energy I feel from you. Like, I feel like low key, someone's going to charge you for a gram $200, and you're not going to know, oh, that's supposed to be at least $65. That's
I think most of our economy in the 80s and 90s was run off of grifting rich kids for drug money. So they're all giving off like, I'll give you my credit card number energy.
No, definitely. Don't say the dumbest, not dumb. No, dumb things. Sorry. Also try to be inspirational. You know, kids say the darndest things. No, they say dumb things. And Like one kid, he asked me, do you have a maid? And I was like, no. Then who does your clothes? I do. And they're like, oh, so are you homeless? No. And at that moment, I was like, you know what, kid? I hope you get carjacked in the future. That's the reality of the situation.
All the kids that I'm imagining you speaking to at this wealthier school, they all have like that side part. They're all little blonde boys with a side part and like a cravat.
Yes, actually, some of them are like that, actually. They're nice kids. Well, most of them are nice kids, but it's just like that. They're definitely that whole undiagnosed ADHD, so I'll say anything type thing.
But are the affluent of today dressing like little Lloyd Fauntleroy with like parts of them and those like curls down the sides?
And a big old lolly.
But also, too, it's like the names that the parents are giving them now.
Oh, like what?
Like, Vaudelay or,
I'm sorry?
Vaudelay.
Vaudelay. He better write a fucking opera, that kid.
That's the thing. Vaudelay, Asher, Kusher, just many different herbs basically going on in there.
I'm never going to get over Vaudelay.
That's like a fake corporation in Seinfeld.
That's a man that owns a town. Lord Vaudelay.
Yeah, that's a hot air balloon captain.
It's very frightening, too, because some of them are 8 years old and they're already talking about how they have money in the bank because they like to make investments. Like one girl, she was telling me oh yeah, I have stock with Disney. And yeah, right. No, really. She pulled out her phone. And again, I know 8-year-olds have phones, but she pulled it out and she showed me.
Her Charles Schwab?
Exactly. Her Charles Schwab.
Holy fuck. So you have the kids that have stock in Disney. And then on the other side, give us a picture of the other places that you teach.
So other side is the future serial killers of America. And I'm sorry, I just shouldn't badmouth. They're great kids, but it's just no hope actually at the end. You try your best, but you're you need a strong paternal male figure, and I am not that man. And so,
well, you can't be that man for 20 children.
I can't be. No, you can't. Because it's some of them don't have really good dads and stuff, and so they kind of latch on to me at times as their dad. And he even warned me, and the first thing my boss said, oh, hey, just let you know, if he calls you dad, just do what you must. And I'm like, oh, that's not a good solution at all.
That's a sad. They might call you dad as a warning. I'm gonna say saddest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it might. It's up there.
Yeah,
that's rough. I mean, the first thing that came to mind as far as a rebrand is that we should wife swap these kids. And by wife swap, I mean I feel like they should switch schools.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yes.
Each kid should have to be for a semester or half the year they have to be in the other school.
Yes.
Okay, wait. And it's a reality show, and all the money go to the poor children because there's not a person alive who wouldn't watch that.
Yes, I would be totally down with that. Because I always like to know what would it be like for a kid from Beverly Hills to go to a school in downtown Koreatown where the parking's horrible. Where you see a car pulling out and a bus behind you is just honking at you furiously and you're just standing your ground. I might get in trouble with my boss if I don't park. And they're honking you very aggressively to red. And then the bus driver comes out. Really? This actually happened to me?
Yeah, it sounds very specific.
Wait, hold up. The bus driver came out? Got out of the bus?
No, but he gave me a dirty look.
Okay.
Well, I'm picturing you standing there like the guy in front of the tank in Tiananmen Square.
Yes, it was kind of like that in a way.
It was exactly like that.
More noble, maybe. So my first rebrand, salary for teachers, $600,000 a year.
Yes.
Number 1 on the list. And you guys get whatever the closest vehicle we have to a spaceship is. Some technology that really only the CIA is aware of. Teachers should get that.
Lately, they've been wanting to arm teachers more in some terms of shootings happening. So what if we get paid a lot of money, but we also get to choose our weapon of choice?
Yep, I'm with that.
Sword. What's that thing they used to do back in medieval times? A little spike.
The mace?
Yeah,
mace.
What I would pick. Guillotine over the door. That is always secured for the children.
Yes.
Yeah.
But guillotine over the door, guillotines on the windows.
Yes.
You try to come in, shink. What weapon would you choose?
Samurai sword. Low key, a samurai sword would be my thing. Because I was trained with a samurai sword when I used to do Taekwondo.
I definitely think there should be a kid swap and equalizing of money to both places. And then in terms of the unfathomable problem of active shooters at schools, part of the curriculum is building a very elaborate hedge maze around the school.
Yeah. So kind of like The Shining, basically.
Make a shining ass maze around the school. So if you're trying to active shoot, You got to go through a whole fucking puzzle.
Right. And then eventually you get frozen to death.
And then end up in a picture of a 1928 ballroom.
Yeah.
But it teaches the kids gardening, architecture,
Yep. Problem solving.
art.
Yeah, it is a little harrowing.
Oh, absolutely. The whole concept is. The fact that they're thinking of arming teachers is harrowing.
I think we should change the way we punish children. First of all, punitive stuff is just like a terrible American idea that doesn't work. I know that from being a bad kid that was always in trouble. It just made me want to do worse shit. I think that if a kid does bad, I think we should put them in progressively larger and larger clothes.
While they're in ridiculously larger and larger clothes, they had to start quoting some Talking Head songs. And it can't be once in a lifetime.
No.
It has to be like the very obscure references.
Yeah. Psycho Killer. I need the B-sides.
Exactly. And they'll be like, why you won't let me do once in a lifetime? Like, come on now. You know why.
I don't know why when you said progressively larger clothes, the only thing I could imagine is that it's a Big Dogs t-shirt. But it just gets... higher and higher size.
It should be Big Dog. And so big that ultimately it's hard for other children to like navigate around them and stuff. It's embarrassing. There's a psychological torture aspect to this.
So I know that we never usually worry about money on Rebrand, but it's obvious that teachers should be paid millions. They should be the highest paid profession in the country.
Yes, paid and revered.
But I'm wondering how we get that money. Is there anywhere else from the school system that's like bloated or something that we could siphon? Or...
No, we completely dismantle the military-industrial complex.
There we go. That's what I'm talking
we
about.
take all that. We have billions and billions of dollars. But go ahead.
I was thinking that we go into the underbelly of the PTA, really see who's the top dog around there, then we blackmail them. With incriminating evidence of their involvement in some lascivious activities. And we threaten them like, oh, hey, listen, if you don't give us more money for the teachers, we will go to the press with these allegations.
This is where the schemy kids could really, they could really get involved.
Trust me, if you give a scheming child access to the internet, they'll just go crazy. But you got to make them go in the right direction.
Right, you have to point them toward blackmail.
Exactly. Because most of them look up Andrew Tate videos and stuff.
That's we're doing extortion, Kevin.
We're not getting radicalized. We're not getting radicalized today. Why not teach them how to get into the dark web?
Exactly. Because it's also the way teaching them to be independent, to be self-reliant, and have a mindset of determination.
It's entrepreneurial, really.
Exactly.
I do think that in my world, Rebrand, we think large. We're making all this up. So again, we take billions and billions of dollars from the military-industrial complex. We make a teacher's Oscars, which is viewed billions of more times than the actual Oscars.
Best teacher?
Yes, silliest teacher, tallest teacher, horniest. Nope.
Honey.
We're not doing horniest teacher.
We're not doing horniest teacher.
Yeah, I don't know why one of you guys brought that up.
I also think that every Michelin star chef in the country should have to do a lunch day at a public school.
Yes.
Once a year. They have to do like a full meet. Like have to do a lunch period.
They should do Michelin versions of cafeteria food.
Oh, that's fun.
Fish sticks, but they're like 5-star presentation and shit.
Hell yeah.
It's made out of like, I don't know, panda.
Panda!
But not that, something less cruel.
No, that's fun. Yeah, because that's what at the rich kids' school, they have like the cafeteria, obviously, but they also have a salad bar, and then they also have a drink mixer. You can get like horchata, pineapple juice.
What? They have horchata at these places?
Exactly. They also got like anything like spaghetti, chicken enchiladas, once in a while steak. It's like very, very horrifyingly
what
good.
The fuck?
All we got was literally called weird pizza. Like...
The other thing about schools, too, is all of the extracurricular programs are getting slashed, right? Like all of the soft skill classes.
Yeah, like home ec.
What class, if you had your druthers, would you institute?
Let's see. I would probably do I'd figure out a way to find a good affordable apartment class. I would do that one.
I would like there to be a backflipping class. I want to see more kids backflip. I feel like in the 70s and 80s, people were backflipping more.
They were.
Now they're too busy on their phones to backflip. I want to see 11 kids backflipping.
I don't think kids know how to backflip anymore.
No, it's sad.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
No, it's such a cultural loss.
Just backflipping, or are we talking cartwheels? Are we allowing other sort of...
Sure, handsprings, but there has to be a backflip in there. Even the run up the wall on the backflip.
Oh, yeah, that's a good move. I like that.
That's a cool one. Kids don't... Well, they do they do TikTok dances. I just liked it more when kids danced.
I had a thought earlier when you were talking and saying that extremely sad sentence about how you had to be warned that you might be called dad.
Yeah.
I wonder if part of the school budget should be to hire thoroughly vetted men, to pair up with these boys.
Yes.
I think that would be fun. I think that would be good. Better yet, what if they get the man who already work at the school? I'm not talking about like the teachers, but like the janitor or the bus driver. Or the guy who comes in to put in the snacks in the vending machine. Thank you. I don't know how I forgot vending machine. Those men.
Well, what's your vibe check on these guys? How's the janitor at your place?
The janitor is a guy who has a story to tell. Not creepy in a way, just more like, oh, he's seen some stuff.
He's lived a life.
Yeah, exactly. You may be surprised. He told you, my country, I was top surgeon in general. And then I had to escape because I killed the dictator during a heart surgery. And like, whoa. And that will teach a child like, wow.
Dude, out here, if you hire somebody to come fix your washing machine, they are from the Ukraine and they have a PhD in linguistics.
Be like that. And then maybe like the vending machine guy, he tells the person, I used to make robotics. Like, wait, really? So yeah, it was all great until one of them went haywire and killed a dictator in my country. And so now I had to leave. And it's like, whoa.
During robot heart surgery.
Exactly. And it's like the same thing with a bus driver. He was like, yeah, the kid gets on the bus and the bus driver says, I used to be a getaway driver back in the day. He's like, wait, really? Yeah. But then he's in the South and I end up killing my country's dictator. Look, all this relates to them fleeing a dictatorship after a horrible thing. So I think it'll be both a cultural lesson and a lesson about certain civic skills.
Yeah, and then 3 lucky children will learn how to kill a dictator.
Exactly. Which is a skill set we might need.
Exactly. But it's really good. Like teaching about, skills such as cleaning up, learning how to drive, and
manifesting very realistic passports on a moment's notice.
Which is a skill set we might need.
Again, I'm always dealing in unlimited budgets. I think it should be 3 teachers for each child. Definitely a man who's assassinated a dictator and is on the run. That's one of them. A very responsible, kindly man who can be a father surrogate to teach like heart lessons and really listen to these children. And then a nurturing mother type who has some degree in STEM as well as is like a bibliophile. I think if every kid had those 3 teachers available.
He's gone. He left.
I was like, whoa.
I was deeply imagining the utopia that we would exist in.
It would be nice.
Yeah, it'd be real good. If all children were loved in that way and respected.
It's true.
Yeah, it'd be chill.
It'd be pretty chill. Also, the thought that if you had every teacher have to, in some way, reenact either Good Will Hunting or Dead Poets Society.
Or what if they reenact the movie Bad Lieutenant starring Harvey Keitel? Like towards the end, after he catches the 2 guys, puts a gun in their face and drains them to the bus stop, lets them out, then he gets shot by Buki because he owns money. If you reintegrate that into a teacher setting, the kids can really learn about being responsible adults. I think that would be a really...
Kids really react to those mid-70s morality tales.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Give a group of 5-year-olds access to watching Taxi Driver.
Or Bad Lieutenant 2, Port of New Orleans with Nicky Cage.
Yes.
I would say that's Nick Cage's sweatiest performance.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Which is like a very high bar. Second only maybe Leaving Las Vegas. Also pretty sweaty. Go ahead, honey.
Well, I was just thinking, and this is actually like a more legitimate idea. I was thinking about my favorite teacher in high school. Shout out to Mr. Henry, who was my English teacher. And he was also the instructor sponsor for Film Club, which was...
Oh, nice.
Yeah. He ruled. He was like, I think my brother and his friends started Film Club. 4 or 5 of us. There's not that many people. But we would just like stay after school like one day a week and just watch a weird movie. And he would just be there either watching the movie or like playing a game on his phone or something. And I had this thought of maybe to your point of rather than it being like a punitive thing, if a kid is acting out, you have to like go, okay, what club do you want to make? Mm. Like, okay, you're going to get assigned a club. You don't get detention.
Yeah.
Because I do think that was a thing of we had a sort of kind paternal figure that was like into the thing that we were into or like supported the thing that we were into and just sort of we were definitely watching movies we should not have been watching.
What kind of movies?
We didn't watch like a David Lynch movie or anything. We didn't go that crazy.
Pink Flamingo? You said not crazy, then I'd say, oh, Pink Flamingo.
But I feel like we watched like a Takeshi Kitano.
Oh, shit.
Like, I feel like we watched some shit that, if a superintendent walked in, they'd be like, I don't know if this is cool. But you know what I mean? But he was like, he's a cool teacher. He didn't, these kids are fine. if you're acting out, you probably need like community or structure of some kind, or to like have someone care about a thing you care about.
Dude, they let me read Stephen King's It in 3rd grade because it shut me up during math class. Because I love language. I love books and stuff. If there would have been enough teachers or enough people that care to be like, oh, if we let this kid do a couple of jokes at the front of class, he'll probably mellow out.
Yeah, that's what it's like now, basically, when they're trying to figure out, okay, it seems like they really like this, so let's just work towards that with them.
Oh, really?
That way they can, in other areas, they can succeed in, basically.
That's nice.
So, yeah, no, that's more of a common thing now.
That makes so much more sense.
Yeah. No, because they'll let the kid go out. The kid's like is tired or frustrated, like, oh, do you want to go for a walk? I'm like, yeah. So, okay, yeah, you could go for a walk, like for about 5 or 10 minutes to come back.
Is that in all school systems?
So most school systems will try to work. It's red tape and all that bureaucratic dumb bullshit. But the teachers, it depends on the teacher you have, most of them will want to work with you.
Well, because it's easier for you, I'm sure.
Yeah,
when it's like, just go take a walk for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, sure, go ahead, dude.
It's really nice.
To this day, I'm like, they wanted me to sit in a chair for 6 hours when my body was new.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know
it's
what I
kind
mean?
of psychotic when you think about it.
I just wanted to run around and scream.
Also, imagine little Mort getting to do like a tight 5 at the top of class.
That's what they did to Bill Hicks. They let him do like 10 minutes of stand-up before class.
Really?
Yep. And he became one of the greatest comedians of all time.
Wow. God bless that teacher.
I know,
whoever
isn't that
was.
cool?
That's incredible.
Yeah.
You're like, let him do jokes.
But I
Fuck
also
it.
understand, like, it's hard. You have, how many kids are in your classes generally, Justin?
See, right now I'm working with a group of 3-year-olds. So
Aww.
probably like 7 of them, basically.
Yeah,
So,
okay. That's cool. 1 on 7. I don't know why I made it adversarial, but...
No, it's fine. It's fine. Sometimes I'll be low-key thinking with them, like, yo, I can totally destroy them in a game of basketball. Like, I've been thinking about that too much lately. Like, I have energy. They couldn't stop me.
Okay, wait. Okay, new idea.
Yeah.
Baby basketball league. And then you have people come and watch it and donate money, and it goes right into the school system.
Without a doubt. Money goes to books and pencils, and the teacher is required to try as hard as they can.
Right. Or if you want to make it more crazy, you let people make sports bets on this thing. Like, low-key one who tells, like, yo, so word on the street is that little Joey's parents are looking to divorce. He might be distracted in the game. I put at least 500 on the other team to win against him.
He's compromised.
He went too hard on the Halloween candy. He's been looking nauseous all day.
Right. Yeah, someone decides also to, step in, access to one of the kids' bikes, mess with it, and they're riding a tricycle, the wheels come off.
Yeah, like an adorable hit. I was kind of a bully in elementary school. I think because my name was Mort, and I was like,
I'm going to hit first.
So I was like, yeah, I got to get way in front of this shit. And this is probably the most instructive thing in my young life. I was making fun of this kid's clothes, and the teacher, 2nd grade teacher, she took me outside, and she was like, he is poor.
Wow.
Do you think that's fair? And I was like, no.
Whoa.
And it hurt me, but it was like a lesson that I very much needed to learn, and I never made fun of that kid ever again.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And that there's a directness there and an honesty that really made me respond.
That teacher was just really real with you.
Isn't that real?
Oh.
She also, I will say, too, did like me. Like, again, I'm reading adult novels and stuff. She could tell that I was smart, too, so I think she understood.
He can grok this.
Totally.
Wow.
So I feel like if you're paying attention where you can give somebody a life lesson that it could have taken me 10 more years to learn.
Right.
Were you the kid that if the teacher was gone, the substitute teacher came, she would write underneath your picture, like, do not give this student this. Or anything like that. Do not give him a box of crayons. Like, what happens when you give him a box of crayons? Like, you don't want to know, man.
Yeah. I had this idea that it was funny to talk about drunken horsies all the time. I just thought that was like a funny phrase.
Like drunk horse?
Yeah. I just thought it was funny if horses got drunk. When I was in like 2nd grade.
I mean, that is funny.
And I remember getting everybody in the PE class to chant something about drunken horsies to the point that the teacher couldn't stop us. I led them outside and stuff.
Wait, I'm sorry. You led a revolution?
I believe so. That's my memory of it. That's a long time ago, but that's my memory of it. Yeah, is that I was able to like really turn the entire class on the teacher.
Oh my.
I don't know. I mean, I also understand like they didn't know what to do with me too, but it was just challenging because it was like I felt like, oh, nobody knows what to do with this kid. And it felt very, like, ostracizing.
There should just be, like, a fucking Thunderdome-esque room where, like, kids that have that energy can just be like, ah! Just, like, be screaming and, like, bouncing on, like, get your energy out.
Yeah, ball pit.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
The person who's there to watch them is the football coach who loves to get physical. And I feel like there's the correct teachers for the right children. It just needs to be organized. You know?
Totally.
Easy for me to say. That's the beauty of Rebrand.
Yeah, say whatever we want. I'm really stuck on baby basketball, if I'm honest.
Yo, they got little jerseys on.
Yeah.
Absolutely, they do.
Oh, yeah.
10-foot hoop?
No, I would say let's make a 20-foot hoop.
I can't believe you went higher.
I want them. They got to be determined to really, like I said, one of their parents is divorcing, so they believe this game will save the marriage, and so they got to really believe that I will win my parents' love again. Like I will not have 2 Christmases growing up. They got to really be like, I don't want to call Sandra my mom.
I'm picturing there's a full-on, the way that they do at NBA games where like the players enter through that hallway.
Yes.
And there's music playing.
You remember how I mentioned earlier about the sports bet and stuff?
Yep.
So to make it more crazy, the refs should also be bribed. So, for example, one team makes a good score, the ref calls a foul. And says, wait, what do you mean it's a foul? So you have a 5-year-old arguing. He keeps getting the points to the other team.
Throwing little tiny chairs.
Committing like the Boston Celtics.
Throwing the tiny plastic play school chairs.
Oh yeah.
There's a little tiny drill team that does the halftime show. Man, I can't believe you think the hoop should be higher.
I
than
agree.
average.
I think it should be that high.
20? Okay, how about
No,
50?
stick with it. I love it.
Okay,
no,
okay,
he went 50. He went 50. He went up.
Yeah. Just something about seeing a group of 3-year-olds just tired out by the end of the quarter and stuff.
Needed a nap time.
Yeah,
This is also a little bit like a teacher anger fulfillment scenario.
Pretty much it is. It's like,
So there's little tiny coaches. I like the entrances. There's music and spotlights. And I think Charles Barkley does it like normal NBA announcement.
Oh,
it should be,
absolutely. Yeah.
no, it should be
Isaiah
like
Thomas,
Isaiah Thomas. So it should be like, NBA on TNT. You should have like Shaq. You should have Ernie come through. You should have, like you said, Charles Barkley. And you should have, what's his name?
Was it the Smith guy?
Not Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith could be fun there. Scrap what I said about Ernie and them. Stephen A. Smith comes through.
Because he's like a kind of a wild card screamer guy.
Him and Max Kellerman just argue, like, you don't understand. Mr. Otis' 3-year-old class, they were supposed to have a hot season, but they didn't at all. Now word on the street is that Phil, age 4, is looking to be transferred. And so it's like,
oh shit, they could get transferred to another school?
Yeah,
oh,
totally.
Damn.
Like, have a press conference and everything, basically. Talk about their issues. Management doesn't really recognize my potential. That's why I'm going to Hawthorne Johnson preschool next season.
I think the press conference is a major aspect of baby basketball.
Yeah.
I think we
Yes.
got to put these kids in front of a bunch of microphones and have a bunch of adult reporters ask them very serious questions.
I'll be one of the babies and you be the press.
Okay, Ashley, we couldn't help but notice in the fourth quarter there was a little bit of limping from you, and we know you've had some Achilles issues in the last 2 seasons. How's your leg holding up?
I like strawberry milk.
All right, she likes strawberry milk.
Can I have strawberry milk?
That's already got 1 million views on TikTok. Already. Also, if we got Shaq there, too, just for yucks, stand Shaq next to a child. I've
Just
seen
for yucks,
Shaq
just for
holding a
gigs.
water bottle. I understand his hand is that huge.
Yeah.
But I want to see him next to a normal-sized 3-year-old.
That would be insane. It would be like watching, Jack and the Beanstalk. But
We can have Shaq halftime do a couple, like, free throws on the 20-foot basket to see if he's improved at all his free throw game.
Oh, yeah.
Each free throw he gets, the teachers get access to more vacation days. So
Yeah, I'm saying we need stakes, dude. You got to
Exactly,
incentivize these
exactly.
things. For every free throw, we give a Ferrari to
A random teacher.
to a random teacher.
exactly.
Whatever they want, Testarossa, the F-150, whatever you need. How do you feel? Anything else you wanted to?
I really like the baby basketball. I think that would be a really good thing. Teach your children about teamwork.
Yep.
Teach children about disappointments. It would teach your children. Also, it could introduce the children to the world of steroids if they really want to do better. Like, I want to see a juiced up 3-year-old.
Just
Yeah.
a really jacked up baby.
Yeah, little tiny baby
Yeah.
rage.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, with a little 6-pack and
That's
stuff. It'd be
so
like
funny.
adorable and sad.
Yeah.
He can't hold a relationship.
Right. He gets angry a lot. His breath smells bad and stuff.
Yeah, he like headbutts a baby
Right.
cop
It's like-
after the game.
Yeah.
I also wanted to give you, and you totally don't have to do this too,
Mhm.
because I wouldn't want to do my jokes on a podcast if you don't want to waste them.
Mhm.
But if you have any interest in doing any of your teaching jokes on here, I do love all your material.
No, yeah, I can. I could do one. I mean, just one I'm working on right now about how I working with a group of kids who are high risk. So I'm just trying to make sure they don't have a true crime doc made about them. That's what I'm working on right now. And, talk about how I'm going to definitely be on one of their documentaries as an
Right,
interviewer
as
in
a
the future.
talking head.
Right. It's like,
And you're like, I saw it immediately.
Yeah, I saw it immediately. Yeah. He loves the color red. He always said die each time he saw us. So I'm really glad to see he became known as the Silver Lake Strangler. So it's like,
Yeah, I couldn't stop him. You don't stop the wind from blowing. It was very clear this little boy was built to strangle.
Exactly.
That's so funny.
Anything else you would want as a teacher? Like, go right ahead.
I think one thing that could really work, I think the Fight Club. What if it's like not only a kid versus kid, but a teacher versus the administration?
Principal versus teacher and shit.
Oh, that's
Someone's
good.
been like you've been on my back ever since the Halloween party last semester. It could be like a pay-per-view style event. So the principal, they both get trained in various arts. Like the teacher gets trained in some Brazilian jiu-jitsu, some boxing, some MMA. And the principal gets trained in some karate, some Krav Maga, some, black ops, it's like some
Capoeira.
Yeah. And you get to see it duked out. So whoever wins it then gets to decide what direction the school's going to be.
That's excellent.
In the future, basically.
Yeah,
This also occurs to me that there's that classic question of like, how many third graders do you think you could beat up? So we could also do the version of teacher versus class.
Well, see, that's the thing too, because that's another thought I've always had running my mind, and truth thought shall you say, for the legal reasons. I've always wanted to question, like, I've always thought, I bet I could low-key beat up all these kids without anyone stopping me. And I feel, before someone could stop me, I feel like the good number I could get at would be at least 12 at best. 12. 12 is my good number.
12 of the third graders?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Because think about it. I kind of always picture a scenario where, again, I bring the game of basketball. They're playing game of basketball. All of a sudden I run in, knock the ball out of one of their hands, elbow one of them in the face repeatedly, and simply kick the other one in the stomach.
Because here's the thing, too, is that if it was like a Fight Club scenario and you take your entire class out, then they would need to learn team building,
Exactly.
organization, cooperation to be able to take you down the next time.
You've taught a man to fish at that point. First of all, it was not my hope to set you up to have the potential to lose your job.
It's okay. They don't know about that. I'm safe. I
don't know. This podcast could blow up.
This could blow up. Yeah, this could come out. Most teachers will low-key support me. Like, hey, he's speaking the truth right now.
That's good. Yeah, well, I want to hear the unspoken, like, teacher scream into the abyss. You know what I mean? Like, of course you're having those fantasies.
Yeah.
If I had to do stand-up for 5 days a week from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., I would end up hating the people I was talking to.
Right. Yeah.
Just out of sheer, like, ooh, why am I here? Why are we doing this?
No. That's what it is. Because recently with my boss, I was messing with her. I'm like, I didn't get fired for this. But she was, one of her kids, he's nonverbal. So we've been learning sign language for him, basically. And she was showing me sign language like this, like kind of like, it was like the
I love you
one?
I love you. And I jokingly said to her, oh, I grew up in a Christian home. I can't do that. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Nah, I'm just messing with you. Luckily she lied. I did not get fired at that moment and stuff. But it's like that, basically. So I'll be safe.
Yeah, nice.
Do your kids think you're funny?
I mean, 3-year-olds. What 3-year-olds? No, they think I'm fine. I mean, I'll do the occasional, jingling the car keys, but I can't do the esoteric material.
You don't test your
I
material.
don't test out the material.
On the 30-year-old.
I try to, but they'll be like, "What? What's a mortgage? I don't get that." And so,
Justin is doing God's work, educating these children, taking over where their parents leave off. Is there anything in terms of a gift that you would like if anybody feels so inclined? And really shoot for the moon here. I have a feeling we have some very wealthy listeners.
2 tickets to Tokyo. I would like to go to Tokyo this year.
Rebrand listeners, if you're out there, let's do some goddamn good this year. And let's get a teacher to Tokyo, shall we?
Whoa, teacher to Tokyo.
That'd be sick.
Justin, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Yeah,
what a joy it was.
So fun, dude. Yeah, and where can the people find you, my friend?
Yeah, you can follow me at the Justin Otis, Otis, on Instagram.
Where can they find us, honey?
First of all, we have a Patreon. You can find us at Rebrand the Podcast on Patreon, and we got all kinds of fun stuff. If you join, you get free access to our Discord, which is a lot of fun, and you'll get unedited episodes. We'll do like a Q&A at some point. You might have the opportunity to get your name shouted out at the end of one of a podcast, something like that. So join the Rebrand family. And you can find us on all the socials at Rebrand the Podcast. And this episode was recommended by a wonderful teacher and friend of ours named Lindsay Mistrada.
Oh, shout out Strada.
Shout out. Yeah, thank you for the suggestion. It was a ton of fun.
Sweet. Okay, guys, that's it. Go kiss your teacher directly on the mouth if you have one.
Yeah,
Thank you, teachers.
Rebrand.